Hey everybody, I'm Andy the Kenworth Guy. Thanks for coming by the channel today. Today we're outside, it's project season, it's truck show season, it's W9 season. I have quite a few over the next few weeks coming through, and I hope you guys are gonna be catching every single one of these videos, writing notes of all the different ideas and all the different things that we're putting out. It's tons of fun. I love doing these projects. Let's see what we're looking at today. All right, so this truck is a truck that was supposed to be originally built back in November of 21. It got delayed to January, then bumped out to December of this year, and then pulled back in to, I believe it was March. So a whirlwind, a roller coaster ride of a delivery timeline, but nature of the beast with all these builds, but this one was well worth the wait. I don't know what to call this truck, but a big thank you to Troy Park for being so patient with us and sticking with us through all the challenges over the last year. It was worth the wait. Here it is. So this is a 2023 W900B. With lots of custom touches done to it. It's not done, there's still more to be done on it. And we'll hopefully get some pictures of those on Instagram, Facebook, to show you guys down the road in the coming weeks. Now the truck was clean, perfectly clean, not a speck of dust on it. And we got a huge dust storm and a little bit of rain sprinkle on this truck about an hour ago and wrecked the shop. But what can I say? I think the truck can still shine pretty through a little bit of dust. So this is, like I say, a 260 wheelbase. It is the W900B. The paint color is legendary blue. And then we went with a legendary bright green as far as the stripes are concerned. And we have that's actually painted aftermarket. A big shout out to the guys over at Eastside Heavy Truck Collision for doing the paint work on the cab and on these fuel tanks. They just did a bang up job, looking really sharp. So the frame is also that legendary bright green effect. So just really cool color scheme, very different. But let's just kind of get into some of the factory options that we spec'd on this truck. And this truck is actually the first of a few that I'm going to be delivering here over the next month and a bit, that my dad, who has retired from us here, he kind of started the process and I finished the process. So we tag team this truck delivery, this truck build for Troy Park. So thank you to my dad, Dean, for all your work on this. So this truck here, it has the bigger grille because it is a B model, which is a little bit more old school looking. I really like the look of that. Down below, we have the Texas style bumper on it as well. Standard headlights. Like I said, the color is legendary green with a fine sprinkling of dust and raindrops. Something really different here that we did. Being aftermarket, we were able to customize a few things. Now, lining up these paint designs, there was two things we wanted to do. So this is kind of how my brain works when I do these things. I wanted this back stripe to be low without kind of being in the middle of this piece right here, and the top stripe up there, just below the windowsill. You can see that. Oh, you can see a little bit of the metal flake too. So the top one was going to be here, and then we wanted the bottom one to line up with the bolts in here, because an afterthought, we didn't know that this was supposed to come off of the truck until the truck was here. So we ended up painting this bottom strip, which is already black, and we painted it green to kind of line in. So it just has the Kenworth name in there, which is kind of neat. And then, so we had our spacing for here, which laid the groundwork for the spacing on the back end here. So we knew that it had to be roughly 5 inches or so, and we wanted to center it in between here. So we got our center point for there, and then down there, and then carried everything through. So big thank you to Mario at Eastside for putting our vision to reality, making it happen. Just looks great. Looking on this side here, the front wheels are the 7-spoke Kenworth rims. So those are made by Alcoa exclusively for Kenworth. So that's a Kenworth only rim. We have the DPF box right here, which is the polished with polished end caps as well. And we got obviously dual-sided cab exhaust with 54-inch, 5-inch tailpipes on there. We have the 72-inch flat top, aero cab flat top bunk with the windows and bunk doors in both sides. And we have the dual 150 fuel tanks. So those are the dual 150s. We got the straps lined up, evenly spaced front and back, just looking mint. Big shout out to the guys over at House of Chrome over here in Headingley, Manitoba. They're doing a lot of good work for me lately, and I'm really pleased with the work that they're doing. So this here is a deep drop quarter fender. We put those on because we're getting fiberglass painted fenders. It takes a really long time to get them in, and we decided to order them when the truck landed. So we need something on the truck for delivery day. So that's what we put on. We got the Kenworth AG400L suspension. So this is the 4-bagger, 8.5-inch ride height, and then again the 7-spoke rims on the back. Now you'll notice there's no rear mud flaps. Customer with the fiberglass fenders, you don't want to have those on there. So that's a way to order that truck. You can delete that from the factory. Now, being a W900B and a 260 wheelbase, you'll notice 4 holes in the truck here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. That was for the mid-frame marker lights. I had those taken off. A 263 or 264 wheelbase on a W9L, you get those. On a 260 with a B, because it's a little bit shorter on the front end, you have to get those because of your overall length. So I like to clean that up, make it look a little bit, little cleaner, I think. As far as on the back end of the truck here, we have the paint design going all the way around the back. We have the spring bar up above there for your trailer airlines. And then we got your connector here on the back bunk. And then we have the bunk lights there. And it's really nice that those stripes just shave underneath the back there. So it looks really, really cool. Now we did lower the front end here. A W9B does have a much higher stance than a W9L, but we dropped it about another 3 inches from where it was sitting. So we've really tightened up that gap, and it looks really good. Let me just open up the hood here, and I'll show you a few things there. So being a W9B, the hood is very easy to open. The hinge position is a lot closer to the cab, so it's less hood to open. So it is a fiberglass hood, and they call this the standard hood, the B hood. Looking under here, we have a 565 Cummins Performance Series engine rated at 1850 torque. As far as down here, we got the Fuel Pro 382 Davco fuel water separator, remote lube terminal right over there. Now you'll notice there are no hood fender supports. You can't get that on a W9B, but it's not really necessary because it's a much smaller fender. We got the washer fluid and the power options, but I can't think of the words right now. Fuses and your relays are all inside there. Speaking of power, you got your power steering pump and filter right in here with your reservoir, and their oil fill, oil check right on that side right there. All right, so that's a little bit about on this side. Let's go around the other side and take a peek there. So hot side, we got your turbo, you got your accessory powers on the belts there. We have your HVAC system, and then there is some taps to separate the heat off of the HVAC if you want to shut the coolant going in there in the summertime. These trucks are ordered with a bigger air compressor as well. So it's got a 34.7 CFM air compressor. I wanted to mention that. And then the frame was also ordered with the zinc oxide frame rail paint process, which gives a stronger coating on the frame, so it's less susceptible to rust and corrosion. So close up the hood and show a few other things before we jump inside. As we close the hood, that visor comes into sight. So that visor was supplied by the customer. I believe it came out of California from an Edmonton distributor. I'm not really sure where, but that's what that is there. We got the elephant ears on the 15-inch air cleaners, and these air cleaners have the easy access bolts on the outside, so those pop off so you can get access to your filter very easily. So that's a little bit about this exterior on this build. Let's jump inside and finish this off. So looking at the interior here, it is the VIT, the Diamond VIT in the gray trim, which looks always very nice. Down below here, we got your window lift controls. We got your mirror controls right there, power door locks. Down below is your exterior lights for the back of the bunk and the side of the sleeper. And then up above there is your interior lights for the cab, the sleeper, and then your engine fan and a spare. We did the full gauge package, which is pretty typical of what I like to put out. And we have your DPF status for regen. There is the air traction control, auxiliary lights for the air cleaner and cab lights for underneath the cabin sleeper, PTO switch, hazards, Jake's, cruise, air slide for the fifth wheel, power divider, rear diff lock, and then the air suspension dump right there. So up above there is the exterior lights with the fog light switch as well on the end. And then we have some power outlets down below for charging cell phones or whatever you decide. I really like this guy right down here. This is the old school logbook holder, but it's great for just having a little notepad on there, and it's right accessible at your fingertips right there. We did the black dash, so you get the black on top and the black glove box, and then below as well, as opposed to the two-tone gray. And we have the leather National seats that are the Premium Plus, so you have the additional lumbar supports. You got the 5 lumbars and then the height adjustment. You got this little cup holder right there, and then you can see that button right below there for the heat on those seats as well, matching on the driver's side. So let's jump into the bunk here really quick. I'll turn on the light. So in the back bunk area here, we have the fridge down below, which is right there. And then we have the storage compartment back here. And then you have this folding table like so. And we have the power outlet right in there. We have some storage right here, a little bit more above. And as you can see in the 72 stand-up bunk, I stand without shoes on about 5'9", 5'10", and I have quite a bit of room over my head still. Over on this side, we have, again, storage running all the way to the back there. And we got these little storage compartments on the back wall. And then shelf right in here, a closet. And that's a deep closet, so you got your hanger up above, and it goes deep right down to the floor. And then we did the open shelves on this side. So you got open down below. Over here, we have that rear panel for your HVAC, your alarm clock, and some lighting options. We have that cup holder here as well. And then another light right over there. Now this is a single bed, no upper bunk, and it's not an option on the 72 Aero Cab flat top. But we have the single bed here. And a few things here, just point out, there's this is the drawing that I did kind of prior to having it all done, and actually you can kind of see how tall the height was. This was right when it came in from the factory. So I took picture, did some fancy artwork on it, and there's the design that we came up with. Now right in here, these are the takeoff U-bolts and the shackles, so you can see here how much we dropped the front end down quite a bit. So there we have it, full tour. All right, so there we have it. Thank you so much for watching this video. And again, a big thank you to Troy Park for purchasing this truck from us and from the Willerton family. Hey, if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel, I sure appreciate it if you did that. Just click the link down here, or you can go up to my website, thekenworthguy.com, to see all the ways to connect with me on social media. We are doing many different giveaways. I actually will cut here in a second to the winner of this week's giveaway, which is the watch. So that was a giveaway that we did once, and the customer didn't claim his prize. So we're going to re-announce the winner, who is, congratulations, you are this week's winner of the grand prize of this watch. So thank you so much for entering the draw. If you haven't had a chance to enter the other draws, go back, watch my videos. You'll see which ones we're doing giveaways on. It's not every video, but usually one a month we're doing one. So you got to make sure you're catching those to win W9 t-shirts, to win watches, Yeti mugs. We're doing all sorts of different things that this is stuff that I like to give away. So thanks for watching. I'm rambling. I'm done. I'm out. Have yourself the world's best day.